Friends, this is about corrupt environment. This is part 2 of the series. In part 1, I have narrated the corrupt environment prevailing in the local government offices, and if you have not gone through part 1, better go through part 1 so that part 2 becomes more meaningful. See, this part is about the different sections of the society cheating the common man. Man has failed to understand the real values of life, the morals of life. There is no philosophical approach to anything. He wants to grab as much power, position, money, and wealth as possible in as short a period as possible by adopting all shortcut methods, wrong methods, illegal and unlawful methods without caring for values in life. And you try to evaluate everything in terms of money. So let me make it very clear in the beginning itself that in every area there are also a few honest people, but the percentage is very, very less, maybe 5 to 10% maximum. But they form the minority, and I am referring here only to that major corrupt set of people. See, let's first discuss about the so-called educated people, and then we will come to the uneducated people at the end. See, if you're a doctor, you spend just 2 minutes with the patient. You test the pulse, put the stethoscope for a minute, check the BP, charge some 600 or 800 or 1000 rupees according to your qualification and not according to the services provided. And for same ailment, if the patient visits the same doctor 10 times, the doctor charges the same amount each time without any fear or without any reluctance and without any courtesy. See, most of the times the case gets aggravated due to wrong diagnostics and wrong treatment. Finally, under some pretext, he may say go to some other specialist or nursing home. If you go to nursing home, they charge you for everything that to abnormally conduct all required and not required tests, and they never send you home without charging at least 1 or 2 lakhs. However minor your ailment may be. So coming to government hospitals, they never care you unless you pay them, however serious your case may be. So patient who is cheerful till seeing the hospital bill suddenly dies after seeing it. See, they do not even allow the dead body to be taken out unless you pay them. How ridiculous is our position and how bad is our environment. So God only has to help us. Now we shall take the case of lawyers. So coming to a lawyer, whether he wins the case or not, you have to pay him. Over and above the fixed charges, he would also be demanding money every time he sees you. Otherwise, he would leave the case halfway. Once you enter into this circle, you cannot come out of this circle until you become economically zero and your borrowing capacity becomes zero. Because our judiciary is so slow in delivering the judgments, the rich is growing richer and the weak is becoming weaker. See, coming to education, to get admissions, even for a nursery or primary class, you have to pay in lakhs, stand in queues in the name of application fee, building fee, lab fee, library fee, or monthly tuition fee, or say fee for books, for equipment, for uniform, transport, the monthly tests, half-yearly exams, education tours, holiday tours, and so on and so forth. You will have to pay in lakhs. Engineering and medical heavy capitation fee, so they are beyond the reach of ordinary, average, mediocre candidates. Irony of it is, such schools and colleges, they are mostly run by Swamijis, gurus, politicians, and the rich business class. A teacher's profession is a noble profession. Perhaps the best profession, guru is regarded as next to God, even superior to our parents. But nowadays nobody wants to become a teacher. And even if they become, it's only under the unavoidable circumstances. And in that case, they do not teach well In school, they do it at home, collecting enormous fee. So this is the moral of our teachers today. So those days are gone. With all this, a real, deserving, intelligent candidate may not get a due place, a due position. And if there is nothing to do, people beg in the name of God, in the name of calamities, in the name of children, in the pretext of unmarried daughters, in the pretext of running some orphanage centers. So begging also has become a profession, like any other profession. They too have associations, unions, and union leaders or office bearers for all these associations. See, whether it is labor union or footpath vendors union or beggars union or hotel owners union or auto drivers unions or lorry owners or any other union, in most of the cases their main objective is to make money and to gain popularity. So generally only notorious fellows, the cheats and the culprits, they play important roles in the union. There are also groups of miscreants who carefully and tactfully exploit the innocent and weaker sections in the name of region, religion, language, caste, creed, color, everything. So their objectives are same, to take advantage of this situation and make money. See, then comes our auto drivers. Odd hours, they demand 500 to 1000 rupees to cover short distances of 4 to 5 kilometers from the bus stand or railway station. Not all, but most of them. So no courtesy, no sympathy, no law, no meter. Yet a very few of them only have prospered. Most of them get into immoral activities and lose money. It goes off just the way it comes. So this problem, to some extent, of course, now it is saved with the coming up of Ola and Uber, thanks to the system. They are available round the clock and to all corners of the city. See, some cheat the people in the name of astrology, palmistry, numerology, the Gili Shastra, etc., etc. Under the pretext of getting relief from the Graha dosha, Nakshatra dosha, the Nadya dosha, Bhuta Cheste, and so on and so forth. So some act as if they are the direct agents of God. In fact, it is very easy to make money this way as people believe everything. There are people of different categories, so they study their pearls, their weakness, and cheat them. And the irony of this is people having no elementary knowledge about the stars or planets or the longitudes or latitudes or the degrees or angles do this. See, wherever, let's come to the parking of vehicles. See, wherever you park your vehicle, a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, on a public road, people suddenly appear at the last minute and they demand money, failing which your vehicle is not allowed to be taken out. So they also cheat us. You cannot even go to a public toilet in a bus stand free of cost. No freedom whatsoever. You are taxed officially and unofficially both. But finally, thanks to those like Infosys Trust who are running the pay and use toilets at affordable costs, maintaining cleanliness. If there is an accident on the road, suddenly some unconnected group will appear and they create a scene. They force the parties to compromise or they threaten the weaker party and demand money. So even to sell certain things in a market or public place apart from paying to the corporation authorities officially, you have to pay to the police, the corporation inspectors, health inspectors, tax inspectors, corporators, and finally to the local rowdy group. So that's our situation. You cannot construct a building as per approved plan. You have mafia all around. So whether it is begging or footpath dwelling or collection of donations, everything is monopolized by different gangs. So beggars of area X cannot beg in area Y. We blindly praise people who are in power. There is no sense in that. We start worshipping even the most undeserving people, just seeing them from a distance. That is without understanding the real qualities and worth of these people. We easily fall prey to the gimmicks of the people, the film actors, and so on. So your appreciation of a person should be restricted to the excellence and not to the individual. Not blindly follow an individual, adopt, adore, worship an individual. Don't ever blindly follow any person, whether a politician or a Swamiji or a film actor, a hero, a heroine. So unless their personal integrity is really very, very high, and they have really sacrificed their personal comforts and lives for the benefit of the poor and the unprivileged, then you do that, you follow them. But this is most uncommon. Today, not only the salt, even water is taxed by our own people. 1 rupee tablet is sold at rupees 50. After all, it is an essential thing for a common man, a man on the deathbed. You tax heavily the drinks and not the medicines. If you have to bribe the corporation authorities even to get a death certificate, then where is freedom for us? Such things should be delivered free of cost at your house within 2 hours of the event happening. There should be a mechanism to ensure that. And corruption in the graveyards, it is something which is beyond one's imagination. We cannot explain it at all. We cannot even explain that. People say education enlightens the mind, broadens the mind, imparts and infuses in him the right thoughts. But in reality, it is only inculcating wrong ideas to cheat. People cheat government and cheat society. They cheat common man. A tax expert, he only teaches you as to how you can avoid tax, wrongly projecting things and avoiding revenue to the government. And all this is because our government tax structure and any structure the government takes up, nobody can understand, even including the finance minister and the finance secretary themselves. It's so complicated. They purposely make it so complicated. Even the so-called swamis, gurus with so much of philosophical knowledge, they never give you darshan free of cost. They make money by different methods. Even to bless you or to give darshan, you have to put your heavy contribution in the silver plate kept before him. So it is really shameful. A sub-registrar values rupees 20 lakh worth of property for rupees 2 lakhs and collects rupees 50,000 price from you. You cannot be straightforward. If you are, they will refuse registration under some pretext or the other. Friends, his monthly income is few lakhs. Everybody knows this. His higher ups also have a share in this, and therefore you cannot do anything. Absolutely no freedom for a common man. So if you go to office, first you have to do your officer's duty, next your personal duty, then only the official duty if you have time. Otherwise your CR will be spoiled and no promotions. So that's why many assistants, attenders, drivers, they are permanently engaged by officers in their houses. So many would not have seen the officers even. Even in the temples, before you enter, amount is collected for looking after your slippers. A list is displayed indicating the rates for different pujas, different sevas. So much for Archana, so much for Akshira Abhishekam, Panchamrita Abhishekam, and so on. Even after paying this, which goes to management, you have to look after the priest, otherwise you will never get prasadam, tirtham, or arti, or good treatment. Chadagopuram is not kept properly. So unless you have at least 50 rupees, you cannot go to a temple to offer your prayers. Your prayers are thus indirectly taxed. I do not understand why people should be allowed to construct or manage temples when they cannot manage the safety of devotees' slippers. Under these circumstances, the temples are not the places where you can find happiness. Prasadams are sold at profit. The books there are sold at profit. They are the sources of income for them. It has become a place of business. Many people live on that and improve their riches. Temple should be a place of, it should be a place where you get everything free and not at a cost. Due to poverty of very serious magnitude, while some people are forced to resort to the methods like methods of cheating robbery, cheating, criminal acts, black marketing, prostitution, etc., in the name of. Whereas the other so called developed, educated people, in the name of social manners, under the pretext of advancement, the so called rich category, they also do this, but under different manners, under different names, in different forms. They do fullest injustice and maximum cheating to the public and call it business. They charge abnormally and call it as fee. In the pretext of hosting dinner, lunch, extending courtesy, hospitality, providing entertainment, they commit all vulgar, nasty, indecent, immoral acts. Yet they are respected in this society. They enjoy all honors. Take the example of movies and TV programs. Our heroes and heroines or other actors also, they do all nasty things openly in the name of art. We pay them, we praise them, we adore them, we reward them and accept them as our leaders, as role models, instead of boycotting them. So that has become our present culture. Our moral standards have deteriorated. We are used to all these bad systems. Those have become the order of the day. We are again marching towards the days of our Stone Age, when all confusion, ambiguity, and disorders they existed. Days are not far off. There are no ethics, no moral values, no standards. So we are living in a jungle and not in a civilized society. Our standards have gone down. Amazing money and wealth, it has become our final objective. So everything is sold in the market, including a small cup full of drinking water. We cannot quench the thirstiness of the other man, hunger of the other man, even if we can. Brothers fight each other, kill each other on a small property issue or on other trivial things. We drive our parents away from house at their old age. We say my family is only myself, my wife and my child. For everything we compete, we fight, we quarrel, we spoil others and get ourselves spoiled. We have even conquered the other planets, but as human beings we have not become closer to each other. For a business purpose or for a tax purpose, we declare ourselves as a separate entity from our parents, separate from our wife and children. Family oneness is gone. You put your children in residential schools or hostels, even at their young age, at an young age of 5 or 6, as you do not have time to spend with them. You have lost affection, the human relationships are disappearing, values are disappearing. So there may be 5 to 10% of honesty everywhere, but this number is too small to have an impact of its own. So that is the real problem of the day. In short, this is the mess in which you and me are living. Then, what is the solution? So what is to be done to overcome this? Controls ought to be removed, salaries ought to be managed, prices ought to be controlled, the mixed economy is to be brought in, education and health services should be provided free of cost, at least to those who cannot afford to pay. The reservation needs to be reviewed periodically. Judiciary should be overhauled. The education system should be improved. Erring officials should be punished seriously. The court decisions they should be expedited. Voting should be made compulsory. Agriculture and production should be given top priority. They should get the benefits by avoiding the mediators and brokers, whether it is government or public mediators. Moral education should be made compulsory. Education up to say matriculation or up to some level should be made compulsory, even if it is at the cost of government. The economic imbalance should be reduced. Family planning should be made compulsory. So with all these objectives, education, health, security, transport and finance should become government subjects. Should not be left to the private. People should be educated. Only then you can see real prosperity. Otherwise, at the cost of 1,000 people, at the cost of their sorrow, misery, and difficulties, one man is progressing. Between the haves and the have-nots, the abnormal gap of wealth should be reduced. Improve our taxation system, reduce the tax, but widen the ambit. Make execution strict, policy strict, administration strict, bring the money to circulation towards good economic and social schemes. Knowledge and intelligence should be to work for the betterment of the people and not to exploit the people. Impose prohibition or make it too costly. The liquors should be made too costly, does not matter. But do not increase the prices of essential commodities, medicines, vegetables, or educational material. Provide water, electricity, and shelter at very nominal rates. Utilize the services of people effectively and efficiently. Give them proper work, fix targets, milestones, and make them responsible and accountable. Simplify the rules and remove unnecessary controls. Country automatically improves. Cultivate and preach the human approach to all problems. The driving license, for example, it should come to your house uncalled for, provided you know driving well, not the other way. For a ration card or tax assessment, people should not waste their valuable time in running around the offices. So everything should be fair and smooth going. The system, the rules, they should not provide for hiding of any information from the public. So as you prescribe age qualification and training to recruit people for a job, you should also prescribe these to your rulers and voters both. And you retain ultimately only the GST tax effectively implement so that there are no pilferages and avoid all taxes, the government can still survive. And people also can survive. It encourages the people, make them more dynamic, more volatile. Country will automatically prosper. So thank you very much, friends. This is what just I wanted to convey to you all.